So handpan sound is something out of the world. So the best word you can describe it is something as ethereal, or it's cosmic type. It has a sound which embodies you completely. It grasps you. Like you want to listen to it more and more, and it gets more soothing. So you just feel at peace, at calm. So that's what handpan sound is.
मी पहिल्यांदाच हे इन्स्ट्रुमेंट पाहिलं. आत्तापर्यंत मी हे इन्स्ट्रुमेंटही पाहिलेलं नव्हतं. हे इन्स्ट्रुमेंट बनवायला खूप कष्ट करावे लागतात आणि तो स्वतः हे हँडपॅन बनवतो.
Very basic technical terms, it is a metal instrument made of two domes which has notes on it, and it has a sound port from inside, and it is completely hollow from inside. So that's what handpan is. So handpan got invented by two people, Felix Ronner and Sabrina. They are from Switzerland. So they have an institute called as Pan Art. So they are the people who made hang drum, and they have copyrighted the name hang drum. So we make handpan, they make hang drum.
We work really hard to make this instrument, and he enjoys it.
As I said, Felix and Sabrina, they used to make steel, what do you call those? Caribbean steel pans, like the inverted ones which are played with a stick. So there's this musician called as Reto Weber. So he got intrigued by the instrument of ghatam, that's an Indian origin ghatam, South Indian earthen made, clay made instrument. And he went to Felix and Sabrina and asked that the playing style should be like a ghatam, that is with fingers, but the sound should be of that Caribbean steel pan. So that is how they started working on it, and they finally made a hang drum. The first one was so big that it almost occupied a whole room. They still have it in the Pan Art, their gallery. Like you can go and visit that place. And later, as they started developing more research and development, and they got it to this size now.
हँडपॅनचा संबंध स्वरांशी आहे आणि त्याला हे अवगत ज्ञान प्राप्त झालं. त्याचा उपयोग तो हँडपॅनशी करत आहे.
I was a part of Firodia Karandak in MIT, and that is where our directors told us to make a new instrument. And I mean, if you could, that was a challenge to us. So that is where I started researching about new instruments on YouTube, as basic as it could be. And that is where I came across the handpan first time in my life. That was in a YouTube video. Daniel Wappel sitting in a metro and he's playing the handpan, and that got my attention. And like, I want this, or rather I didn't have the first thought of I want to make it, but it was at least like I want this instrument, or rather I want to see this, I want to play this. And that is how it all started. Unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know now, but at that time I could not make this. There was absolutely no information other than that video available to me, or rather, I mean, I could not find anything. So yeah, that is how I first got introduced to this beauty.
Remember, it's been, I think, since 1 year since we met, and in his matrimonial site description he wrote very little about handpan, but it was enough for me to say, okay, let's meet him, because he's doing something else rather than 9 to 5. So, and ours is arranged love marriage. And I remember when the first time my mom and dad came here to meet him, I saw the handpan first time that time, and they made him to play it, and it was really awkward for him to play in front of, I think, 5-6 people the first time, and it was our first meeting, like a proper discussion.
So the whole process starts with 2 sheets of metal. So it's either stainless steel, mild steel, or grades of stainless steel. The second one is to make the dimples. then the notes, and then you burn it. So the color of the handpan is actually due to the burning of the metal. So at specific degrees, when you burn the metal, it gives off a different color. Yeah, and then tune it. Then glue the both of the domes together and keep it like that for at least 5 days or a week, and then tune it again. So then it is done. Like I said, this instrument, like a hang drum itself, got invented around 22 years back. So it's pretty new to the world as an instrument, musical instrument. It's newer to India because people are not yet aware of what this instrument is. And on the top of it, the makers are slowly rising in India. I mean, I won't deny that. I'm the youngest maker in terms of experience, and I'm still very new. So I'm just beginning to start and understand the world of making the instrument, the making handpan. And it's quite interesting because you get to talk to the steel, get to talk to the metal, how it reacts. Every batch is different. And also, just because it's all customized, so you can't just buy a handpan off the shelf. Even now, people in India don't know about what a handpan is, or they've like probably seen it somewhere, like some stories of foreigners playing it or something like that. So it is really interesting to actually watch people watch handpan for the first time. So there have been a lot of examples. Amongst friends, it was Captain America, Ninja Turtle. The most common average Marathi people would say like, "ये घमेली कहाँ पे लेके जा रहा है? ये घमेली कुठे नेतोयस?" and all that. So the best one was outside Vaishali. An uncle stopped me and asked, "ये Dish TV satellite, where are you taking the Dish TV satellites?" I'm like, "Yeah, ये Dish TV first time we have called something like this." Yeah, that was fun. So even now, up till recently, even I used to say like, "तू काय करतोस?" If someone asks me what do, I say मी घमेली बनवतो. So when the prototype was over, I made the first pan, and that is where I stopped saying मी घमेली बनवतो, and after that I started saying अरे मी handpan बनवतो. So the journey of handpan in India, in the world, is just starting. It's like a new baby. It's still to go to adolescence phase. It's still to mature. People are still trying to figure out in what best ways can a handpan be played individually and also with other instruments. So the exploration has just begun. So yeah, that's what the aim is, to make it more accessible, more affordable, and hopefully people don't stop calling it Gamelas or Captain America or Ninja Turtles and start calling them handpans. Being a college kid and asking for so much of money for an instrument which no one has seen in my house was something like, I'll get beaten up for sure. Every instrument has a saturation point. So even if guitars, flutes, drums and everything, keyboards are accessible right now, I mean, every area, locality has a music shop. But still, all those instruments are not at everybody's home. So it's still the matter of accessibility rather than it's the matter of if you want it, if you want to play. So but this one actually trumps over because there's nothing to learn much how to play. So if you start playing in 15 minutes, you'll probably understand how to play and it will start sounding good. Whereas in keyboards and everything, you have to learn which notes, guitars, your fingers need to bleed and then you start sounding marginally good. So over here, it's all in one scale. So however you play, it's going to sound in tune. It is in tune. So you can't really go wrong with the instrument. It's just a matter of if you want to play it and if you get it to play. So that's it. The number of makers are really less, so it's not something which you can actually teach another person how to make a handpan. So in a handpan, these are, if this is this note, right, its shape is oval. You can draw long axis and you can draw short axis. So while making, it sounds like this, but it's actually like, so there are 3 notes in one note. So making that and hammering it to that precision, on the top of it, the pan should maintain its note. It should not be like you made a handpan, it's good, brilliant, congratulations. And after 2 months, if it is just sitting or you're playing something like that, very lightly, very gently even, and the instrument starts to lose its tuning, then it's a bad pan. So it's not something appreciated. It becomes a shell, it becomes a ghamela then again.
त्याचं आम्हाला कौतुक वाटतं आणि त्याची आई, तिला पण याचं कौतुक होतं खूप.
So being a percussionist, I know how to play rather than what to play. So I can just so the 3 notes which I was talking about is the ding, the long axis is, and the, so this is the fundamental, the octave above, and the 5th note above the octave, and this is for all the notes. So essentially a note is basically a chord, and still you can play chords with all the chords. So one more part, it's just not a melody instrument, you can also play rhythm on it. So the parts which are not notes, you can hit it with a tap or something like that. The shoulder rings out. So this is not really interstitial, so that is what we call interstitial. So the area between the notes is interstitial, so this, and this is like the shoulder. Not really a note, not really the empty part. So
माझ्या त्याला बेस्ट विशेष आणि त्यात चांगली प्रगती हो एवढीच माझी इच्छा आहे. बस एवढंच मला बोलायचं आहे. बरं आलंय का?
Yeah, you can just start playing.